So we got a Minecraft trailer dropped.
Woo!
Yeah, let's pull up here. We got Jason Momoa. We got Jack Black as Steve, and I'm gonna. So
Who
I remember
asked
what
for this?
I don't. Yeah.
Who?
So
Who?
I watched the trailer and like I know what Minecraft is. My son played Minecraft a lot. I never was big into Minecraft, but I could appreciate the creativity and the things you can build and stuff like that.
Sure.
But other than that, not my thing. But
Hmm.
I'm here to watch any gaming movie. I don't care. I'll educate myself on stuff before I go see it. But I watched this trailer and I don't know how
Yeah.
you felt about it, but I watched it and I'm like, why? Uh and maybe it's because I'm not a Minecraft fan. Maybe I'll get hate in the comments for this, but I don't understand. It don't really look appealing to me. Uh,
Minecraft was like popular like 5 years ago. Like I feel
I
like
almost feel like it was longer than that.
yeah, probably. Honestly, like well, yeah, because like when I first got into the military, which was like 9 years ago at this
Uh-huh.
point, I was playing it with my brother.
Mm,
And that was like our connection was that we would play Minecraft
right.
together. Um so yeah, like and then I mean like I never got into it and I never really got it as to like why it was a
Mm,
thing, but literally like I watched the trailer and I was like, why? Who asked for this?
yeah.
Like why are you doing this? Like I don't understand. Like are you trying to make a Jumanji and you're like it's a
I,
friendly kid Jumanji? I
so I'm
don't
gonna be honest with you. That's kind of what it really reminded me. I'm like, oh, so Jack Black loved doing Jumanji, and he decided to do something very similar to it, just with a different game.
yeah. Yeah. Whereas like one isn't an actual game that you can get from what I
Right.
know. It's just a remake of an old movie,
Right.
which ended up not being a remake, but like a kind of like a sequel-ish kind of thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was like a whole
And they made
weird
it
thing.
RE style type game.
Yeah. And I mean like I like Jumanji growing up and
Oh God, yeah.
I love that movie. Fucking Robin Williams is amazing.
Oh yeah. Me,
Um
the goat,
oh my
for real.
I miss him.
I do.
R.I.P.
I do too, so bad.
Oh my god. Can you imagine the world with him still in it?
Oh my God, it'd be a lot better place. I can tell you that.
It would be a lot funnier, happier place. Yes.
But I'll tell you the Jumanji sequels, I they were still funny. They were fun.
We got him back.
Oh, we got them
He's
back. All
fucking
right,
back.
all
Great. Now
right,
we
all
gotta
right, all
like
right.
readjust everything. You know what? It's nope. This is how it's gonna look now.
Yeah. All right. Hang on one second. What time? What
Woo!
time is this right now? 54. I'll edit this one out too. 54.
You're gonna do a
Oh
lot of
no, no, you're
editing
good.
tonight.
Oh yeah, I am actually gonna be doing a lot of editing.
Oh, dude, that's like actually still perfect right where it is. This is amazing.
Hey!
Nice, nice. Oh no, we got on a tangent earlier after like we reset it.
Oh man.
And then we were like readjusting our cameras and stuff. And we got like a whole 3 minutes. I got to edit out.
Damn!
It's
Oh, dude, we were so nervous about what said. What you said about your MacBook, and she's like, "What about Saturday?" I was like, "I don't know." I was like, I hope it comes back on though." But I was like, if not, I said, me and him will be sharing a camera. He'll be sitting beside me. I'll hook my other mic up if we got.
I'll be sitting on Blake's lap for the next interview.
no, that would be entertaining.
Oh man.
So just so you know where we're at, we just finished Minecraft, so we're gonna go into James Earl Jones now.
Yep.
Nice.
So
you
what
got
time
here
is it?
just in time.
Just in time for Daddy.
Yeah.
All right, and some very unfortunate, sad news. But this man has lived such a full life.
Oh,
R.I.P. James Earl Jones, the king, the goat. Like, there's so many movies I can't even list them all. But man, Mufasa, Darth Vader, Field of Dreams. There's just so many out there. But so many iconic roles, such an
Mhm.
iconic voice.
Oh
but
yeah.
this is a huge impact and hit to the cinema industry for real because he will be
Yeah.
greatly missed.
Just when Star Wars was on the up and up again, man.
Mm,
Right? Now
Yeah.
we're really gonna have to sub his voice out for somebody that can like
yeah,
feel.
which
fill in for him, and like huge
Mm.
boots to fill too. Like,
Oh yeah. So there's a guy that they've used, I think, for Darth Vader on some of the games, and I think on one other thing that's not a game, and I guarantee that's probably who they're going to go to. And he does a pretty good job of it, but there's no voice like James Earl Jones.
none.
Uh,
Did you guys see the picture that Mark Hamill posted with? Or
Yep.
he done 2 or 3 of them, and he just like
The one
rest in
with the
peace, Dad.
ghost.
Yeah,
And oh my
that
god,
too.
oh my god,
Yeah.
that photo. I was like, oh.
So if I'm not
He's-
mistaken, Mark Hamill's actually supposed to be doing the eulogy at his funeral.
Aw.
If I don't hold me to that, but if I'm not mistaken, I think I read something today where he's going to be either doing the eulogy or he's speaking at his funeral, I believe.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
damn.
Mark Hamill's such a great guy too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he is such a great man.
Yeah.
Oh, now that I think about it, Harrison posted the photo of him and Mark being the last two standing. All of the Star Wars.
Are you talking about
OGs
the
are
ghost?
gone.
Yeah.
With the blue
Yep,
over
yep,
everybody
yep.
that passed away.
Yep. We shared that
Mark-
on our socials.
Yeah, he has a picture. Mark has a picture of him and like James, like just hugged up on each other's shoulders, and the
Mhm.
caption just says, "Rest in peace,
God.
Dad."
I fucking
Mm.
can't. Like,
I'm gonna cry.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like over here, like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, like one of the first things I watched as a kid that was like probably played the most, at a young age was Lion King.
Yeah.
I mean, and like
Oh,
Mufasa's voice, then I started watching Star Wars like at age 5, So you get Mufasa and Darth Vader. I have heard since I was like 3, because I think Lion King came out in 1993, so I was 4. So like since 4 or 5 years of age, I've heard that man's voice for the past 30 years, and
yeah.
Mm.
It makes me think about Scar, and his most iconic line ever is "Long live the king."
Yes,
And it's
yeah,
just like now there's a whole new meaning to it.
for real. Truly, long live the king
Oh man.
in real
God damn
life.
it.
Whew.
Man, yeah. Next on
So
the
on
list.
to happier things. Life of Chuck, which isn't like a happy movie in any type of means of anything like that. But it debuted at the Toronto International Film Festival, so the TIFF, if you will. It debuted on the 8th of September, so just 2 days ago.
Mhm.
The reviews for it have been phenomenal. Like Stephen King, it's a Stephen King book. And that was made into a movie by Mike Flanagan. So if you don't know anything really about it, we talked about it in our last episode, so go peep that. But like the reviews have been amazing. It got an 89% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got Tom Hiddleston. It's got Mark Hamill, as we're talking about, him doing possibly the eulogy of James Earl Jones, and you also have Karen Gillan that are all going to be in it, which are very much Mark Hamill and Karen Gillan are two main actors that Mike Flanagan has used in his past films. So to see him use them again.
And with Tom Hiddleston, that's like a perfect trifecta right there.
Yes.
Perfect trifecta.
Yes. It's like Marvel and Star Wars have now merged.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to see this. I'm excited to see this.
Yeah. So I can't wait to see it, but we don't have any news as to when it's actually coming out, unfortunately. So we're still waiting to hear on that. But everything so far has been just through the roof, like great reviews.
And surely, like with the having those 3 main big actors in it, surely we're going to get a cinema release of this and not a streaming release.
Yeah.
So.
And I mean, like, it's Mike Flanagan, so like I can't speak highly enough of this man. All of his work has been phenomenal. I follow the House of Usher and
Haunting the Hill House.
Yeah.
So I've not seen the House of Usher yet, but Haunting of Hill House I really love.
Okay. Did you see Midnight Mass? That was also on Netflix. Okay. Yeah, that's another one of his.
Add that to my watch list.
There you go. So the next thing that we're going to talk about is Goonies 2. It is officially happening. It is happening. 40 years. Woo. It's taken 40 years.
Hey, you guys.
You
Do
can do
the
the shuffle
thing.
shuffle. Yeah. So the original came out 40 years ago. A lot of the original cast, those that have not passed away, that is, are already like said to be coming back. As for a release date, it's not going to be really anytime soon. It's going to be a 2026, maybe at the latest 2027 release date. But it is happening. I'm excited because I'm an 80s girl. Like Cyndi Lauper, and her like the fucking muscle like thing that Josh Brolin was doing.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see if they like have them like come together, kind of like they did in It. Like if they have them come together as like older and like doing the thing together, like, oh, let's go find like One Eye Willie's buried treasure again. Or they get like a new treasure map and they're going somewhere else in Oregon. Or if it's like their kids. But I mean, I love Data, you know, booby traps.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, that's what do you guys think? Like, are you excited or like do you have any feelings towards it?
So like me, I'm gonna be straight honest with you, and I usually don't say this out loud too much. So, like I know Goonies is a huge nostalgia fan favorite. It's all right for me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not something I watched a lot growing up. I did watch it, I think maybe twice my whole life. That's it. And it's one of those I'm like, yeah, I'll go see it, but it's not one that I'm just like overly excited about.
Okay, and that's okay. Everybody has their preference.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fair.
It's wrong.
What about you, Deontay? Yeah.
Obi's the man, dude. He's starting to get his roles back up again, and I'm all for him getting paid as much as he deserves.
Heck yeah.
And if you guys don't know who Obi is, that's a data, however you want to say it. But he also played the smart dude in Loki season 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yep. He's also Short Round in Indiana Jones.
Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Shorty.
Yeah.
Ki-Hu Kwan, I think was his name.
Bingo.
Yep.
Y'all ready to talk about some Beetlejuice?
I'm ready.
Beetlejuice?
Only twice.
Yeah, okay.
Oh!
Hey, look at that new cast right there. And some of the old cast. And I'm going to be honest with you, Bob, my new favorite guy. Bob almost made me shed a tear. Like
Bob literally like had everybody in the theater saying, "Oh, poor Bob."
Yeah, so when me and Deontay actually went and watched it, we had an older couple sitting beside us, and man, they were having the best time watching it. Like they were laughing, we were laughing, and literally like when Bob, spoiler alert, we are talking spoilers, so if you haven't seen it yet, skip about 10 minutes away. But you know, Bob gets deflated. I'm like, no, out of all of those shrunken head guys, like any of them could have been dead, but not Bob. Bob was a trooper. He was a company man. Let me tell you, he was Beetlejuice's A1. But yeah, I was like, oh no. And like this couple, they didn't really say much. But then at the end of the movie, we stood up and they kind of looked over at us and we were kind of talking about the movie. And I was like, she told me, she's like, I can't believe they killed Bob off. I was like, I know. I'm like, that's what bothered me the most. She's like, I kind of like Bob. I was like, I know. I never in my life thought I'd watch a Beetlejuice movie and have a sentimental moment for a shrunken head character, but I did. They made you feel that.
It was like, somebody come in at the last second and save his life. Like, no, you're gonna fucking die.
But
I was like, all right,
yeah,
all right, I'm mad. I'm traumatized and mad.
So man, I'm seeing like on social media, I'm seeing so many mixed reviews. Like I'm actually like right off the bat, like pre-screenings and stuff, I was hearing great things about it. I have nothing but great things really to say about it. I got a couple of things I'll say negative, but it doesn't affect my viewing of the movie. But man, I'm seeing people on social media here locally, half of them are like, oh, if we could have left early, we would have left early, or they hated it, and it was like not enough or not good enough. I'm like, I'm gonna be honest with you straight right here. I think it was a great sequel. Great sequel for 36 years later. Michael Keaton gave us the same Beetlejuice that we grew up loving
yeah.
our whole entire life.
Mhm.
Like all of them. Winona Ryder played a great older Lydia. Like I love everything they did. Oh my God, who plays her stepmom?
Catherine O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara. I love her, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Ever since Schitt's Creek, that's all I can see her as. And there's at least one thing she did in there that was a callback to her character in Schitt's Creek, and it's great. Like, and who she kind of like portrayed, like how she acted in this movie is exactly how she is in Schitt's Creek. Have y'all seen Schitt's Creek?
I am not.
Oh my God, what are y'all doing with your life? So like, no, I'm telling you right now, it is a funny series. Like Eugene Levy plays her husband. And they're like very, very rich people. I know we're not talking about this. We're talking about Beetlejuice, but real quick, they're very, very rich people. I can't remember what happens, but somehow they lose their fortune. Well, while they were super loaded and rich, they bought a whole little bitty town of like 80 people, and it's called Schitt's Creek. And so they lose everything, but that's the only thing the judge allots them to keep. So they go to this redneck podunk town and live in this motel that's they own. And or maybe they bought the motel, not the town. But anyways, and they're like getting by and learning how to readjust to lower living. It is so funny. And they have a daughter and a son that's full grown that lives with them because they lived off mommy and daddy their whole life. and like I'm telling you right now, funny. Every episode you will laugh. So definitely gotta check out Schitt's Creek.
Okay.
But no, man, I feel like it was great. Only thing I would complain if I had to complain, I want more Beetlejuice. I wish there was more Beetlejuice in it. I feel like it lacked him a little bit. But I'm gonna be honest with you, the way they carried on their story with all of these characters, there was so much individual character development that it worked. And like I didn't even think about I wanted more Beetlejuice until it was over. It did well, like how they did these different characters, and we got to see all their development. I think was well. The singing deal at the end was funny. It was great. I feel like it's a wee too long. If I might cut a few minutes off of it, because I was like, okay, is this going to end?
Nope.
But overall, like the we got a whole bunch of nostalgia characters in it. We got new characters. Willem Dafoe, I love Willem Dafoe. His character that he
was
portrayed,
amazing.
spot on. The actor who they have as a cop, because he acted like a cop in real life, and he did his own stunts, and that's why he died. Oh my God, I freaking love it. And then on top of that, Bob, my man, Bob. I'm telling you, I swear to God, and don't be surprised if I cosplay as Bob one year. I'm telling you right now. Like I've already seen how they built. I seen how they built their on set costumes to do the stricken hair characters. And I'm like, I could do this. I can make this.
You just have to make everything bigger, right?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so
Make everything bigger, and it kind of sits on your head, so that the head's up here. And then pretty much wear like a shoulder strap mount, and then just kind of have it to where like in the button up with the tie, there's a way you can kind of see through it, kind of. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out because I love it. And I don't know if you've seen this on some of the marketing, but they actually put a group of these characters like they were in the movie of the Shrunken Head characters, and had them go around different towns and walk around together in a group and do different things, which was freaking great. But overall, my opinion of this, I mean, out of 10, I would give this movie an 8 out of 10. Like it hit on nostalgia, it hit on comedy. Overall, hands, give you a clap for real. I love it. Let's hear y'all's opinions. Sorry, I didn't ramble on so long.
No, you're fine.
Oh, dude, Beetlejuice is like it's the movie we deserve for sure. Because for a minute, I thought like one of the villains that was the soul sucker lady who happened to be Beetlejuice's ex-wife.
Yeah,
I thought that was Catherine Zeta Jones for a while.
I did at the beginning too.
Yeah, it was like Monica Bellucci, which is a name I am not that familiar with, but just as hot, and she put herself back together, and she was just going around permanently taking out souls, and it's like, damn, what are they gonna do about her?
Yeah,
they gave her the same treatment as they do every other villain, and feed that ass to a sandworm. And God, man, with the way they handled the sandworm now compared to how they in 1998 did the sandworm, it's just like, damn, this one's a little bit more terrifying than the OG. But back then, as a kid, when I saw the sandworm, I was like, oh, hell no. Mama, stop the movie. This is terrifying. Now, as an adult, I'm just like, no, this sandworm doesn't intimidate me no more. I watched the sequel, and it's like, damn, okay, they stepped it up a notch. And then another MVP of this movie is definitely Jenna Ortega. She took on a role as Astrid, which is Lydia Dietz' daughter. And God, is she every bit of Wednesday Addams in this movie as she is in a TV show. And she just destroys people. If you talk to her any kind of way and she doesn't approve of it, she's gonna fire back and shut your ass down. And it's just like this is Jenna Ortega fashion at this point. And I kind of felt bad for her at one point because she just like, I'm a non-believer in ghosts, but until a ghost damn near took her life and had her shipped to hell or wherever she was going in the
Great
afterlife.
Beyond.
The Great Beyond. So it's like
on the Soul Train.
On the Soul Train.
Yes, I love that. I forgot about that just now.
Epic part of the movie. Part of the movie.
I'm like,
Lydia
man,
had to save her life.
If that could be a real life thing, like whenever we decide whatever's after this life, I feel like, whatever's after this life, if there's a legit soul train like that to deliver us there, I'm here for it. I would love that.
Oogie fever. You imagine Blake with an afro and we're all just like just waiting on our turn to
good old bell bottoms.
Dude, I would rock the shit out of some bell bottoms.
Oh yeah. He was like, this is how we gotta go to the afterlife. Bet.
Big bet. So for me, or first Deontay, out of 10, what is your rating?
Oh. I'll say a solid 8 out of 10.
Okay. All right. So, not going to be the Debbie Downer of the group, but
hey, your opinion's your opinion. Let's hear it.
All right. So, I think they had way too many plots in this movie. They were like, they just like had too many plots going on that they weren't able to like fully iron out like all of them because it was impossible. You had like the dad that was like missing and then all of a sudden he was there, and then you had fucking Defoe that was just hilarious. What was his catchphrase? Do you remember what his catchphrase was? I can't remember what it was.
I love the cue cards when he was also speaking.
Yes. And then like she would drop them or whatever. And he's like, why did I become a cop? And then the like Janet or whatever her name was would come by with the coffees. You're not a cop. You're an actor. And just like walked away. I was like,
oh my God.
But yeah.
Keep it real. Keeping it real.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God.
So cringe.
No, but anyway, so you had Lydia doing her like little side hustle with the ghost house that then she tried to like get engaged kind of forcefully, like we had talked about in public, with her like producer guy. And she's like, I guess. And he's like, she said yes. And I'm like, no, she didn't. So you had like that going on. You had like the Beetlejuice like ex-wife like coming out of fucking wherever. And I mean, like, you just like had so many other things that like as soon as Jenna Ortega's character went into that house, I immediately knew that those people were dead.
Right.
It's just like,
they just didn't.
All right, so here we got some ghosts, and this is how she's gonna find out that she can see ghosts, and her mom isn't lying. Okay, cool. So there was like predictability to it. I definitely did like the callbacks. I think it was well done. I'm not saying that it was a terrible movie. I do think it was a good movie. I did enjoy going to go see it. Because Beetlejuice is something else that I grew up on. But I do think that at some point in time they made it into like a musical too, and I was just like, okay, so like we have the one singing like thing, okay, right. Oh, we're doing it again, okay, and this is like way too long, okay, cool. So I love that claymation where they showed how her father had died.
Charles.
Oh my God.
Beats.
Yeah, so the reason for that was because he actually, in early 2000, I believe, he got arrested for some things that we won't get into. You can Google it and find out yourself. That's the reason they didn't bring him back in this movie, because of his legal things he had in the past. So that's how they were able to have his character in there without bringing him back as an actor.
But I mean, like, they still had to give him some type of money because, like, his face was very much clearly on that the gravestone that was
Yeah, but I wonder if they're like it being a younger, like if they like critiqued it enough where it was enough of a percentage where it didn't matter. Because
okay.
I think there's like you can do a percentage of likeness without paying someone, but then once it's over that percentage of likeness, then they actually have to give them
Well,
something.
bam, that's how you're gonna get Kang then.
Yeah.
Right there. That's how you're gonna get Kang killed off by Victor Von Doom. Anyway, so like Beetlejuice, yeah, I liked it. I think that they definitely stretched it too hard with some things. I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10, like a 7 out
Gotcha.
of 10 at the
Right.
most. But that is what I thought.
Yeah, I think. I was happy to see Danny DeVito. Like literally, we
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
beginning, I did not hear about this or expect this. And I looked.
No.
Immediately, I looked over at Deontay. I was like, "That's Danny DeVito." And I was like, "I think that's Danny DeVito." And like,
Yeah.
more we heard him talking, I was like, "I'm pretty sure that's Danny DeVito." And at the end, we're like, "Yup."
Yep, that's him.
I think that was fun. I
Yeah.
definitely can see where there was a lot of different plot angles.
Mm.
But at the same time, like reason I guess it didn't bother me watching it too much was like we didn't need to dive deep to a lot of them because Beetlejuice has never been like a deep like layered thing. It's just been more of a nostalgia. Like to me, it's just been more of a fun comedy. But I now you say that I can see where like they were going different many angles and
Mhm.
it kind of seems like they
It
didn't hit.
just felt too hectic and like they had too
Yeah.
much going on. And then they were like, you're halfway through the movie and they're like, oh shit, we got to wrap this shit
Yeah.
up. And then they just start like fucking killing shit and they're like, ah! Like,
I tell you
Yeah.
what
what
I
we're doing
didn't
now.
expect, and I didn't expect to see Delia die with and
The
then
asps, yeah.
yeah, and then like at the end they're like, "Oh, you're dead," and they're just okay with it and like, "All right, see ya," and like there was no fight put up with it or no nothing, which it's fine, I guess. It's a kooky comedy, I guess. But I was
Yeah.
like, dang, that just kind of happened. Like, oh, she just got killed and that's it.
Yeah, nobody cried for her. That's like peak dark comedy right there. It's like
Yeah.
you said the snakes were defanged. They lied.
Yeah. I think they
Sue
were
their
just
asses.
no, they're just happy not to worry about her art shit in the rest of their life no more.
Oh man,
Yeah,
huge.
I
It's
love
like,
it,
oh,
and
your
like the
art
dark
can be worth
comedy.
more.
That's what's about to say. Like that's some dark class comedy, which I'm here for. Well, when
Yeah.
they're like, "Well, it's okay, I'm gonna be with your dad, and my stuff would be worth more now that I'm dead." I'm like, God.
One of my coworkers actually told me one day, like right after Wednesday came out, I was like instructing some students, and he just kind of like looked over at me and he's like, you remind me a lot of Wednesday Addams. And I'm like,
Really?
yeah. So no, like while I'm talking about things that I enjoy and love and
Yeah.
this, like I'm very happy. Not that I didn't love my job, because I very much did love my job. It was just students did some dumb shit. Like students do
Right.
stupid shit. And you're just like, dude, were you not listening during the brief? With like, and so it just, yeah, I was very much,
in
yeah.
Wednesday mode at that moment.
I guess so. Like, and I was
Yeah.
just like, no, this is just like who I am. Because at that point, I hadn't seen it, and I was just
Mm.
like, this is just who I am.
Mhm.
So, anyway, so did you guys see all of Terminator Zero?
Yes,
Sure
actually
did.
wrapped it up today. I know I was like on both of y'all. I was like, make sure we get these episodes in. And then here I am watching the last episode an hour before the podcast. And I'm like, God.
Man.
But yeah, I wrapped it up.
Okay, what did you guys think?
Deontay, I'll let you start it off.
I was actually one of the first to finish. I am the first to finish it out of us. So
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
Terminator Zero was a love letter to Terminator fans. I don't know if this is canon to the Terminator universe or not, but the way that they wrote this, it might as well be, because it's just like
I think
this
it is.
about
it
the
happened right
origin of
after Terminator 2 is the origin of how it was.
Yep.
Nice. So it's basically like the story of how Skynet came online, and then how Japan had a counter program to Skynet, and what all happened in Japan. And God, man, I didn't watch it in English dub, but the Japanese cast was very good, very believable. I'm not an expert on speaking Japanese by any means, but I believed every bit of what I listened to. Actually, the character that plays Misaki, which was supposed to be like the housemaid
Mhm.
for the billionaire or genius guy, Malcolm Lee.
Mhm.
Uh, Misaki, she is her voice actress is Yor Forger on the popular anime Spy Family. So
Okay.
that voice is very recognizable and an incredible actress, and she's always killing every role she gets. So I loved her performance. Did not expect her to be like some kind of um, somewhat Terminator character by like
Right.
episode 6 and out here whooping ass the way that she did. And it's like,
Spoiler.
God, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
You guys think she's like this sweet, innocent housemaid that's watching over the kids, and you put her life in danger, she's going to beat the shit out you.
She straight up killed like fucking 10 mofos. Like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Armed men and right there on the spot. And I was expecting her to go 1v1 with that Terminator and have some kind of advantage over him. And she struggled with him too. So that was one of my complaints. But other than that, the Terminator was great. Dude showed up to a police station and just discreetly took out everyone in it. And it's just like, that is definitely Terminator fashion. And
Yeah.
they had the robots that took over the city and how he had to use one of the robots to camouflage and blend in. This was like pure Terminator behavior, and it's just like whoever wrote this was definitely a Terminator fan growing up.
Oh yeah, for
Mhm.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, it was very beautifully put together. Like for me, like the storyline, like I couldn't really get into it, and it might have been because like I was trying to watch it while I was also moving to another state and everything.
Hmm.
Um, but like I couldn't really get into the storyline itself, but those fight scenes and the whole like actual look of it, like it was beautiful. Well, the fight scenes were gruesome and very good.
Yeah.
But like the anime eyes that you like got like a whole bunch of like I thought it was good. It wasn't for me is
Mhm.
what it was. I was just like, okay, well, I saw it, I did it. I also finished it today. Probably a couple of hours before the podcast, so I finished it before you, Blake. Haha. Um, but yeah, that's just my two thoughts and like how I felt about it. What about you, Blake?
Uh, so I enjoyed it. This is actually so the animation's anime style, right?
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's my first series that's anime style animation that I've ever finished. And actually,
Congratulations.
I struggled with it at the beginning because
Mm,
I don't
That
like
first
that
episode,
I don't like the choppy still animation, but
mm,
it wasn't super choppy.
mhm.
So actually, I could watch more stuff with that animation if it kind of had that flow. I love like you were saying the fight scenes. I love the fight scenes, the bloodiness, the detail, and like just how like I mean how her hand got. I mean like he
Oh my
grabbed her hand on
god.
that gun, and I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my god. Or that
Whew.
when he's in the police, were you talking about Deontay when he's in the police department and he grabs that one dude's head up against the wall, and then you see blood. I was like, good God. And I love how he cuts open and installs a crossbow underneath his arm. So like the action and the fight scenes were great. I found myself about 3/4 of the way through it wishing that this was live action. I honestly I get why they do animation on some things and stuff like that. Maybe approvals and budget, but like I think this would have been a pretty sick live action movie.
Mm.
Not a show, but like a just do a one movie live action. It'd been pretty great. Uh, the
But you got more hours out of it with it being a
true,
series because there were 8 episodes and they
true,
were
true,
30
true.
minutes
Well, maybe
each.
yeah.
So,
I guess the way they're doing shows now, you could do a live action show series as long as they were willing to put the good budget into it to give us good special effects.
hmm.
Uh, I, I don't know. I would give it like a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, so good. I'm ready for I hope there's a season 2.
Hmm.
yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I did. There was so much original like Terminator feeling and fandom in it that, like Deontay said, you could definitely tell it was true Terminator lore that they stuck to. Uh, Overall, not bad, not bad. But I don't know. Live action. I'd just rather seen it live action.
Yeah.
But I think it was fun. I don't know. I'm sitting here going through it. The was it Kotora? Was that the name of it? The AI that he had created.
No,
Korg.
Kokoro. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool, but then it was, I don't know. I felt like some of it was a little strung out, like drug out a little bit. Some of it had some slow moments, and I feel like there could have been a little bit more better storytelling, or it could have been written slightly better
Hmm.
and a little bit more appealing. But overall, it wasn't bad. I think it's definitely worth to watch one time. I'll probably never rewatch it, but it was fun. It was definitely fun.
Yeah.
I will tell you this: it did get me back where I think I'm about to go through and rewatch all the Terminator movies. It just kind of sparked that nostalgia passion in me again. I was
Okay.
like, that'd be a fun one to go back through and watch them all in chronological order. So I think I'm
Absolutely.
getting ready to go do that. And plus, we're oh shoot, we talked about it a episode or two ago
Yeah.
where we're about to get James Cameron, back in doing a Terminator project. So,
Yeah.
between that news and then this animated series, it's kind of re-sparked the excitement for Terminator because once again, it's a nostalgia, sentimental thing. Growing up, watching with
Hmm.
my dad and my brother and stuff. So yeah,
Man, I'd give it an 8.5.
okay,
Depending on what my mood is, maybe a solid
yeah,
8 out of 10. Good, like Blake said, a good one-time experience, and then maybe not come back later on because it's just like just write it off as it was. The way you ended it with season one, perfect. Don't
yeah,
need anything else. So
I agree with that.
Yeah. Yeah. So Kathy Bates,
Yeah.
she has announced that she is done acting after this CBS Matlock. So she said
Mhm.
she's gonna do like one more case, and she's gonna be done. And
This
she's in Titanic, and she and she God damn it, what is it? So
Mystery.
she yeah, but for me, like anytime I see her, I immediately think of Joe
American Horror
Bennett
Story?
from The Office.
Oh,
No.
oh, oh, okay,
oh
okay.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the CEO of Sabre. But that's
Nice.
because I just watched The Office like all the
Mhm.
time. So,
Mhm.
yeah, I'm sad to see her go, but I think she had a good run, and I think she's definitely gotten her flowers of
Oh, yeah.
how great of an actress she is.
This woman is an American icon. Like she's been in so many movies. Like if you pull her up on IMDb, like it is insane how many movies. And like I've like you said, I mean, all the way back from Titanic, Misery, and there's so many other older shows, and
Yeah.
she's had such a consistent career.
Hmm.
Her whole entire life. I can't blame her for wanting to retire. Kudos to her to actually retire and maybe enjoy life, and go out and do what she wants to do without, working until she dies, which, it's hard, I'm sure, to turn away acting, for some people. But she has given us so many things great throughout the years. Like, yeah, I love her.
Yeah,
Like, go ahead.
oh yeah, when I see Kathy Bates, the first thing that comes to my mind is the mama from Waterboy.
Oh yeah.
Vicky
I went.
Valancourt, she told me her boobies, and I like them too.
But Mama said.
My mama said. My mama said.
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
She's
She
great
is
Oh,
though.
man.
everything Roseanne Barr wishes she would be. Whoops.
Uh, no, you're exactly right. And it's really sad to see she's going to quit acting because that really gives up my dreams of her maybe being cast as Elon Musk in a biopic movie of him. Because I really feel I really feel like she would be like she has such a wide range of acting she could pull off an Elon Musk role.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man, the twins.
Now I gotta think of somebody else that would fit that role. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
We'll find
Yeah.
somebody. We'll find him.
So
Mhm.
there's a new project coming out. They're going around marketing it right now called "We Live in Time." It's Florence Pugh and Andrew Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
I love both of them. I'm so anxious to see this. But I think they're a couple, and it's about their struggle through her being diagnosed with cancer.
Mm-hmm.
And Florence Pugh actually shaved her head for this role.
Yeah.
She said, she's like, it's awful enough that people in real life had to go through this. She's like, I feel like if I'm going to portray this person, it's only right for me to do what these people have to go through to properly portray them
Yeah.
and kind of in memory of their struggle. So, kudos to her. There's not a lot of, I don't feel like there's a lot of actors out there that would be willing to do that. They'd be willing to, put a bald cap on or, or something and call it good. But for her to do that to me just really speaks loudly of who she is in real life. And kudos to her for that. Like that just makes me love her even more. So.
Yeah, and it's an A24 film. It's coming out to theaters
Right.
on October 11th. It did also they showed it during I believe the Toronto International Film Festival as well. So I'm interested to see it. I might just wait until it gets to streaming kind of thing, just because of everything else that's coming out. It's kind of not really high on my priority list, but seeing her rock that haircut at the 2023 Met Gala, she was just this is just, and she put all those rumors to rest of why she did it. In an interview she did on the 5th, and just said my character is a chef that has cancer and is undergoing treatment and had to lose the hair and had to wear wigs, and how all of that has happened. So I think it's pretty cool that she did that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's my girl.
See, so Handmaid's Tale has started production for season 6.
Yeah, so Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's, my bad.
Yep, you're good.
it goes to show that I've not watched this. So.
Yeah, so it's taping season 6, and it's its final season. Deontay and I have actually watched it. I was a fan of season 1, 2, 3. It started being we're getting around the same things over and over. So then 4 and 5, it literally was okay, y'all need to wrap this up, and I'm glad that they're making one more just to wrap it up. With it being in production now, it's supposed to debut in spring of 2025.
Okay.
Absolutely. If those of you guys that love books, pick up Margaret Atwood's book, The Handmaid's Tale. It's an incredible read. So if you do have some complaints about the TV show, at least you'll have something flawless to reference to. It's going to be bittersweet, like saying goodbye to June Osborne and all the dope ass handmaids that had to fight back against the craziest depression ever. I am going to miss that for the show, the drama, and just seeing revenge, seeing June get revenge in her petty ways, and then getting revenge by killing people every now and then. And it's just yeah, that a girl. I'm going to miss that about that show. So Hulu had a banger with this series, and it's time to lay it to rest.
Yes.
Nice.
So did you see that Wolfman actually had a new trailer come out?
Yeah, I think it's hilarious that we talked about that on the last episode, and then literally a week later they dropped the teaser and we didn't know when. But man, it looks fire. I ain't gonna lie. And you could definitely, how you were talking about how it's the same director, is it? From Invisible Man, or same?
Yeah.
Is it director?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Definitely has that edge of your seat thriller horror feels.
Yeah, because it opens up and you see these ants or whatever, insects crawling, and you're ah.
Yeah,
I don't want it.
It's not what we got in the teaser. It's not quite what I expected. It really seems like most of the movie maybe these kids' dad is turned into the Wolfman, and them and maybe some others are trying to escape from him. But I'm not gonna lie, even though it's not what I expected, it looks so good. I think it's gonna be great.
Yeah, it's been a while since we had even just a werewolf story in general. So we're gonna have brand new CGI or whatever they're planning on doing with it. And I'm ready for the big monster reveal and seeing some bodies get dropped.
For sure.
So this comes out in January 17th, 2025.
Oh,
So right
January.
at the beginning.
January. Okay, nice,
Mhm.
nice.
Right at the beginning of next year. Yeah.
And then Tay, I'll let you finish us off with our last piece of news.
Okay, so the last thing that we're going to talk about tonight is Dexter Original Sin. So they released some photos of Patrick Dempsey, who you see in the tie and the button down, and that's Sarah Michelle Gellar, hand that he's like holding, getting her off the bus. So these are some photos. This series is coming out in December, so it's very much like wrapping up, and it's like almost completely, done with everything since they announced it at San Diego Comic-Con. Like you can barely recognize that that's Patrick Dempsey, or yeah. Like I literally I looked at these photos in this article and I was just like, there's no way. And then I was like, oh my God, that really is him. So he's playing a captain in the Miami homicide division. And Sarah Michelle Gellar is playing Tanya Martin, who is a CSI chief.
Nice.
So I'm excited to see really how we get the background story of Dexter, because this is the prequel of like how he was a kid and like growing up and how that all happened. So should be interesting.
Yeah, I'm ready for it. Like anything Dexter, prequel, sequel, I don't care. Give it to me.
You're getting both, so don't worry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm excited.
I'm sorry?
When did you guys say this was releasing? Or
December of this year.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, which is crazy that cause they've had a wrapped up filming already, then, right?
I don't know.
Because like that's a really quick time between, if they've just now wrapped up between now and December of the release, like that's not a lot of time for production. I mean, to wrap up production.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I do remember seeing that like they had these like come out, and this is like the first ever footage that we have of it. Like since they've announced it. So I don't. Hold on, I'm looking. It doesn't say.
Yeah, I never expected us to get more Dexter stuff. Honestly, I never expected it when we got First Blood, and I was super excited for that. And then after that ended, I was like, yeah, we're never getting Dexter again after this for sure. And then now we're getting 2 more things. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and the Resurrection is supposed to come out next year, like in spring or something.
I think so.
Like it's like, I guess it has to be taping now. If Handmaid's Tale, it's also coming out in spring of next year, is taping now. Like you kind of got to assume that maybe we're going to get some releaseage of some type of something for Dexter Resurrection.
Right.
Yeah, Dexter has a fan base, so get that money.
Heck yeah. And the fan base isn't tired of Dexter, so
nope,
we're here for it. But yeah, that wraps up all the news this week.